Hi guys, today we'll be talking about equity funds. So before we get into it, let's talk about what is equity. So equity, stock, share, they are the same thing. You can actually use them interchangeably. A share means a slice of a company that signifies ownership, and you can actually own a piece of a company without actively running it, and basically that is what equity is. Fund. A fund means when people come together to pool resources together, then they have a fund. That fund can then be invested, and that is what equity fund is about. Great. So another key feature about an equity fund is that, number one, you have an asset manager. So you have this expert that comes here every day to ensure that he's making the best interest on behalf of the people that have put the fund together. So he's looking after the interest of the fund owners, that is the shareholders. All right, so a portfolio could include different variety of shares. In this example, we have here MTN, we have Nestle, we have Dangote Cement, we have GTB, we have some cash, and even sometimes some money could be put on the fixed income. But for it to signify an equity fund, at least 50% of the fund has to be put in the equity market, and hence I'm showing you a graph that looks like this. So now this is what the portfolio could look like. Depends from asset managers to asset managers. They observe the risk and they are then able to choose what they want in the investment portfolio. Another key thing about an equity fund is that you do not own the shares. So in as much as this portfolio could have MTN, could have Nestle, could have GTB, basically diversifying your risk, you do not own the share. So what do you own? You are a participant in either they make a profit or they make a loss. So let's do a quick example. If this share delivers a 2% return, how then do you know what belongs to you? What happens is that if you had invested 100,000 naira, you would get back 2% of 100,000 naira. Of course, the company that is managing this fund would also charge a management fee. The management fee would have been deducted before they declare what goes to the shareholders. Are we together? So in this case, you're part of the fund, you're contributing towards this fund, but you do not own the share. So why do people do an equity fund? Sometimes you are just leveraging on the fact that an expert is helping you to make sound decision. The portfolio is being diversified. Somebody is coming here every day to ensure that your portfolio is being looked after. How else can you determine if your equity fund is performing well? We have a benchmark called the Nigerian Stock Exchange All Share Index. This is the case for Nigeria. So the All Share Index is an average. It measures the average movement on the stock market on a daily basis. So let's say, for instance, the Nigerian Stock Exchange performed like a 0.1% in a day. You can compare that to how your own fund performed. In 2017, Nigeria had the second best performing return on the stock market. It delivered about 42%. In that same year, one of the asset manager equity fund delivered 50%. How do you tell if that was a good fund or not? If the average in the market is doing 42% and another player that is a fund manager delivers 43%, it performed better than the average. Let's bring it back home. As of today, the Nigerian stock market is in a negative. So let's say we are working with a minus 4%. If your fund manager's equity fund is giving you, let's say, 1%, wow, that is fantastic because they're outperforming the average in the market. So you use the All Share Index benchmark to rate if your fund is performing well or not. I hope you learned something. If you want to learn more of this, you should join our mailing list, and it's right there in our bio. Click on it, give us your data, and we'll be supplying you with awesome, informative detail. Thank you.